What's good, family? Man, it's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin. Welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesday. Wait a minute. What Malik say? Hey, man, listen. What Malik say? What Malik say? Hey man, what's poppin' today? Oh man, I'm glad to be back this week. Another week, man, where we get to come together as a family. The financial cookout, Jose. Yeah. It's the financial cookout, man. We get to sit down, we get to talk, you know, eat together, share our stories. But ultimately, man, our goal is to help each and every one of y'all feel confident in this market, be great when it comes to learning how to navigate this space, create legacy, but most importantly, turn your last name to an asset by building wealth one share at a time. No matter what the market does, no matter how much money you put in the market, no matter how much news comes out about the market, I want us to know that the market is always correct. But I don't want us to just limit that to the stock market. I want us to go a little bit further and think about life. When we ask ourselves sometimes, this is the hand I was dealt. But let me rephrase that. Sometimes we say, this is the hand that we dealt, and I just gotta play the hand. And I've been a firm believer that, man, life is always right. And here's why I say that. I remember going to prison at 16, and I remember blaming, like, damn, my mama left. I remember thinking, damn, my grandmother left. And I remember going through a phase where I never thought I would be who I am today. I'll be honest with y'all, did I believe in myself? Yes, I did. But I never thought I would be who I am today. But the market is always correct. The problem is, with a lot of us, when the market of the world gives us an answer, when we don't like the answer, we change course. When we don't like the answer, we navigate differently. All right, I want to say that a little bit better, Jose, than what I'm saying it right now, because I want them to get it right here. When we have a vision for our lives, and then we meet adversity, when we aren't prepared for the adversity that we meet, we get discouraged. But that discouragement can lead to a ripple effect or a domino effect, because it can send us down a path that we didn't choose. But the byproduct of the bad path that we didn't choose is the emotion and the thought process we put into it while we was going downstream. Right? The emotion and the thought process while we was going downstream. So when I was going, and I always like to use myself as an example. And people always say, well, Trap, everybody not like you. Well, none of us are the same. We all got a different fingerprint, even if we was identical twins. So none of us are the same. All of us have distinct advantages and disadvantages at life, Jose. But here's the thing that we all have in common. We were all made in his image and likeness. We were all made in his image and his likeness. So no matter what our disadvantages are, we all were born with some type of leverage in life. We all were born with some type of leverage. And here's how I know that we are all born with some type of leverage. I watched a man speak with no legs, no pelvic area, but yet he gets 7 figures as a speaker. And it's not the fact that he just doesn't have the legs in the no pelvic area. He actually don't have a lot of his fingers as well. But yet he gets 7 figures as a speaker. And when he get on a stage and you don't, if you get on a stage after him, you're not prepared, he'll cook you. If you get on a stage after him and you take him lightly, he'll cook you. He'll cook you. So there could have been a point where he looked at his life like, woe is me. But that brings me back to something, Jose, and I don't want to say this wrong, so I may need a little help right here. There's a story in the Bible where I think like a kid has a disadvantage at life, right, Jose? And everybody says something about who is his mother and his father, what did they do wrong? Am I right, LaShana? There's a story, something like that, right? Where the kid is blind. Is it blind? Is he blind? Is he handicapped? I can't remember the story exactly, but here's what I do remember about the story. When I read it, it was said that God was like, nah, it ain't about his parents. I'm using him for mute. He was mute. He was mute. And everybody in the town was like, yo, his mama did something wrong. His daddy did something wrong. Who did something wrong? And God was like, nobody did nothing wrong. I'm using him to display who I am. I'm using him. So watch this. Right? Right or wrong, L? Am I right or wrong? I'm using him to display who and what I am. You feel me? So it's all in the thought process and the behavior we have when said things happen to us. So now I'm saying you can look at somebody and say, damn, let me go a little further. Let me get further on one, Jose. Watch this. There was a situation where a poor woman gave all of what she had. And the wealthy gave a little of what they had. But they gave. If you look at it from the monetary perspective, the wealthy gave 100 times more. But if you look at it based on the value, she gave 100 times more than the wealthy because she gave all she had to get the blessings that was due to her. It's the greatest sacrifice. Some of us, we ain't willing to give all we have because all we have in our mindset costs too much. So we willing to give some. And when we give some, you know what we say? I did give. I did give. Some of us aren't willing to give all we have because all we have costs too much. You feel me? But the life we want truly costs everything that we have. Because what we're holding on to in essence, Jose, is truly an anchor. And watch this. There's different types of anchors for every ship you're on. Every anchor isn't made the same. Some anchors are made for different sand. Some anchors are made for mud. Some anchors are made for rocks. Some anchors are even made to dig. And once they dig, it splices. What have you been walking on? What have you been walking on? What have you built? Whatever you have, what have you built whatever it is you're standing, what have you built it on top of? Because now you have a specific type of anchor that's holding you to your current situation. Okay, so let's drive that a little deep, Jose, because the market ain't never wrong, Jose. Okay, watch this. Financial trauma and the physical abuse trauma is two different anchors that requires different type of leverage and manpower to be released so the anchor can come up. So because you got financial trauma, it's hard for you to make $1 million. But because you got emotional trauma, it's hard for you to fall in love. Because you got communication trauma, you shut down when somebody's speaking to you a certain way, so you can't never get out what you need to say. You can't ever speak because you're a people pleaser. You got a different type of trauma. Because you're used to the streets, you can't never live right because you used to the streets. I can't do that. I'm just a street nigga. So you ain't gonna never be blessed with being a CEO. You ain't gonna never be blessed with being a grandfather because you anchored to being a street. So because you anchored to being a street, you'll never experience the life that's destined for you. But here's the crazy part, Jose. The market ain't never wrong. Well, what do I mean by that, Trap? Well, if you live in the trauma of being a street nigga, you get the life of a street nigga. The death, the jail. But that ain't wrong because that's come with it. There's a saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So when I was in the streets, Jose, I accepted the idea that one day I might get killed or I might go to jail. And watch this. The streets wasn't wrong for that. Okay, let me make that make sense. In the sea, it is customary for a shark to eat a tuna. And the market ain't wrong. Okay, in the jungle, it is customary for a lion to see a hyena cub and bite the head off, not eat them, just bite the head off. But it's also customary for hyenas to see a lion cub and eat them. The market ain't never wrong. You got to just decide where you want to position yourself in the market. You got to just decide where you want to position yourself. So for me, I'm looking at my life now, and I had to have a heart-to-heart with my partner. He said, Trap, you not a street dude no more, bro. You a CEO, so every decision you make in life moving forward, you got to make it as if you a CEO. You got too much to lose. And I had to ask myself this question. Trap, if you go back to acting like that, if you go back to responding to situations like that, you know what the outcome of that is. Or what's going to happen is somebody that's in a different market is not going to play by the same rules and regulations you used to playing by. So now the repercussions are now different, but the market ain't wrong. You just positioned yourself wrong. You just position yourself wrong. Jose, I promise you not. One of the reasons, and I've said this on multiple shows, I said the reason why I stepped away from the streets was because of my daughter. It was because of my daughter. But there was an event that took place right before that, bro. When me and my homie went hit a lick together. My dog, Calvin Dill, he passed away, sickle cell. And he saved my life because the dude caught us. Well, he ran down on me. And my dog backed dope. Now, let me tell you something that's real dope about that. I had actually called Cuz and said, Cuz, you want to hit a lick with me? But I kept Cuz. I said, My heart said, I can't deal with his mama if this crap go wrong. Cuz, what's popping? I'm like, man, we ain't even running, cuz. In my line. He like, nigga, what? I said, we straight, cuz. Remember that thing I told you about? No, I'm good. Because I couldn't deal with my auntie. So watch this. I couldn't position cuz there. I know it was his loyalty, not necessarily his lifestyle. I knew it was his loyalty, not necessarily his lifestyle. But watch this. When we go get in a situation, the thing that I feared for him happened to me. The thing I feared for him happened to me. Now watch this though. Because it was about to happen to me, Jose, I was willing to accept it. I was willing to accept it. But if it had happened to my cousin, I would have did something that would have it would have altered my life. You feel me? Because the market ain't never wrong, Jose. So if it would have happened to Jose when it run, I'm like, damn, I'm about to go out like this. That was my thought process. I wasn't even thinking about my homies coming back. I was like, damn, okay, damn, I'm about to go out like this. Damn. I had done accepted it. But if it was my cuz, I would have handled that completely different. But watch this, Jose, because it was me, and then now my partner handled the situation 100% different than me. Because he come in talking, not shooting. Hey, bro, if you hit my dog, it's going to be both of y'all down there. But even in that situation, the market wasn't wrong. The market wasn't wrong. Our problem is when the market gives us a scenario that we don't feel that we are equipped to handle, we immediately go the opposite way instead of asking for clarity. Now I'm about to bring it full circle, Jose. The bigger question is, what is your risk tolerance? And I ain't just talking about stocks. I'm talking about in life. How many of us are not taking the chances because we haven't built up the wherewithal and the fortitude to go to the next level, to take the chance on ourselves? We haven't found a way to increase our risk tolerance at life, not just the stock market. The people who will succeed the most in life are the people who build up the risk tolerance to go outside of their comfort zone, to go outside of the familiar, to do the things that you don't really have all the details that you know how to do, but your dedication to being great supersedes your dedication to being fearful. It supersedes it. It supersedes it. So now you got an anchor to fearful, and now you don't know how to let the anchor up. You know what the ship said when the ship been there too long? Hey, pull the anchor up. We need to travel somewhere else. We need to go a new destination. We've been docked here long enough. My question to everybody on episode 90 is, how long have you been docked in that same destination? That's my question to y'all tonight before we get started. How long have you been docked there? How long you been docked there? How long? And the question that doubles behind that, is it time to pull up the anchor? Is it time to pull up the anchor? Because the market is always correct. Trappin' Tuesdays, episode 9. Jose, let's get started, bro. How we feel tonight, man? Yeah. Got L Boogie in the building, man. How we feel tonight, bro? Jose, how you feel? It's episode 90. We are 10 episodes away from 100, bro. I'm kind of excited about that.
And we almost at 100,000.
How many we got?
98.9.
That mean we like 1.1.
Hey, everybody just please subscribe. Come on.
Everybody do me a favor, y'all. Everybody do me a favor. I got an idea, Jose. I got an idea. If we get to 100,000 people, I'm going to make it easy. If we get to 100,000 people by our next show, I'm going to give away $100. I'm going to give away $100. No, I didn't say that, but when you said wait, I'm going to give away $100 to 10 people.
Okay.
I'm going to give away $100 to 10 people, Jose. Now we got a week to get 1,000 people. So that means everybody here, everybody that come in tonight, y'all got to share with people. And we're going to give $100 away to 10 people, Jose. Hey, Stanky. That's my daughter here, y'all. My pride. Let me tell you something, Jose. So, this week, the other day, Jose, I was listening to Total. It's one of my favorite groups of all time. You're my pride and joy. You're my baby one. People ask me how I feel about you. They ask me if I love you. Yeah. Am I crazy for you? Yeah. You don't know that.
B-side one. Is that a single?
This nigga was with Genuine,
That
man.
is not a single.
What? Kissing you? Kissing you is all that I've been thinking of. And you know what I thought about, dog? I'm gonna tell you what I thought about, dog. I realized here's what I realized, Jose. I realized. I realized that I need a mate.
Okay. Yeah.
I need a mate.
Yeah.
You know why, bruh? Because there's nothing like just having I don't want to say what I want to say because I don't want to hear Jose mouth, you know what I mean? But there's nothing like having that person. You feel me? There's nothing like having that person, bro. And I want to have 2 more kids, bro. You feel me? I'm 41 years old, bro. I feel like I want to have 2 more kids, but I want a woman that understands 90s R&B. I want to be able to sing to her with my bad, no singing behind, right? But I want to roll up on them cheeks while she cooking. You feel me? I want to roll up on them cheeks while she cooking and sing some type of Tevin Campbell, and she be like, boy, go ahead. And I'm like, no, chill. And I just break out into a whole, like, total, like, turn the music on, take the cooking spoon out of her hand, and yeah. That's how I feel, bro. That music, listen.
You could cook naked with an apron on. I'm doing that. I'm talking too much.
We will not be getting Jose a mic. We will not be getting Jose a mic. Whatever idea we thought we had about getting Jose a mic, that is a negative moving forward. That is not happening. That is not happening, cuz. That is not happening, cuz.
Culinary delight.
Nah, bro, but I like, bro, I was in my car. Look, I'm in the car, bro. And I'm in the car. And, you know, like, I just heard the chick. Tell me what you want from me. Take a look at what you see. And it brought me back to being 15, 16 years old. I had a couple rock rentals. I had just got me a little Delta 88 from the Rockhead. I'm 16 years old, bro. I was feeling good about myself, bro. And I remember just thinking, I'm the it. And it just brought me to a place, and I realized that I'm not saying that they don't have good R&B music now, but like the way that music was cultivated, it was a different time. It hit a little different. I'm not saying like I like people like her, and you know I like people like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know they got some people like Snow. I like them people, bro. Nothing against music was gonna keep evolving, bro. But bro, like that music was such a vibe. It was such a vibe for me, and I want to be able to. That's why, like, even at my age, I can't be with a woman who's too young because she's not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And then I'm going to be like, damn. Like, I asked your son yesterday, I was like, bro, when you was born? He said 2003, and I had flashbacks. Yeah. I was like, 2003? That mean you probably started listening to music around 2015 when you really started understanding it. And so me and B went through the list, and we were like 2015 music, and I was like, bro, here's the epiphany that I had with him. I say, bro, you will never understand why Wayne is the greatest rapper alive. Because you won't know, and again, that's personal perspective. Most people will say, Jay, I'm not mad at that either. But you will never understand why this generation says that. You will never understand like why that is an argument. Yeah, like you will never understand why people who like Wayne will like go to war behind people saying Jay, but you'll never understand why people say Jay will go to war because all you know is the billionaire Jay. Right. With the funny hair. Yeah, all you know is funny dreadlock Wayne. You don't know black dread Wayne, platinum grill, cup in his hand, hat to the side, lighter flick. Yep. You don't know that Wayne. So you'll never understand why you, in your mind, like Drake. Nothing wrong with Drake. Nothing wrong with 21 Savage. I like those guys. Future, nothing wrong with them dudes. You'll never understand why. You don't know Gucci, Jeezy beef. You don't understand when that first happened, how we was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know 50 how to rob. You feel me? You don't know either. And you can hear it now. You can hear it now. And the one thing I know about music though, Jose, is even when you hear it now, it doesn't have the same impact that it had like when it dropped. Like when Ether dropped, you was like, whoa, what the hell was that? I ain't never heard nothing like that before. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, damn. But here's the crazy part. The market keeps evolving. The world keeps evolving. Because I'm sure at some point in life, somebody felt like Al Green and Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson was the hottest thing smoking. You feel me? I'm not mad at it. At some point in time, somebody felt like Smokey Robinson was the baddest man alive. This man about to Google Smokey Robinson. Oh my God. Oh my God. That man is Googling Smokey Robinson.
He said it's my son. Don't let them know it's me.
Jose, you ain't played Smokey Robinson in the house?
Bruh, he know what Smokey is.
No, he don't. Did you not just Google who is Smokey Robinson? I saw it in his face. He was like, wait, who is Smokey Robinson? I saw it.
I'll take that.
You don't. Damn. God damn it.
to all the new people to Trappin Tuesday.
Welcome to Trappin Tuesday, episode 90, man. This is how we start out some weeks. Sometimes we just, it happens. We're not just a financial literacy. We call this your financial revival. I just made that up. Jose, let me talk about something too, man. I had a dope conversation with a friend of mine, bro, because we're going to get into the show tonight, y'all. Give me a minute. We just feel like rapping with y'all for a second. I feel like Jose, every time I come to the show, I feel like I be wanting to talk to them about stuff that's going on in my life.
It's like therapy.
And I be feeling like, you know what I'm saying?
We family.
Somebody said, Trap, you tripping, you know New Orleans love Maze. That's a fact. We love Maze and Frankie Beverly. We love that. You know who that is?
He was your last
Maze.
And Frankie Beverly.
Maze.
Maze. Went to his last concert.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just saying it.
M-A-Z-E.
M-A-Z.
Yeah.
You gotta wear all white to the concert.
See,
I know
don't Google it. Don't Google it. Damn. I don't fault you. I fault your father. You know why I fault your father? Because that means he wasn't cleaning the house listening to Maze. He was running with Genuine. That was the problem. And listening to it, that's the problem. That's the problem. You was listening to Genuine and Soleil. That's what you were listening to. So ancient. That's the problem. See, the reason why we know about old school, I wasn't never there, but guess why I know about them? Because on Saturdays, when it's clean up the house time, it was old school music time.
That is true.
They don't care if I want to watch karate or cartoons. It's old school music time. And guess what? I watched Soul Train because I thought the funny dancing people was weird. But little did I know, that was culture.
Yeah. They broke a lot of artists.
Happy feelings in the air. I had to get up for that one. Woo! Happy feelings. All right, chill. Because I'm from New Orleans, dog. Let me talk to all my street dudes right quick, Jose. Let me talk to my street dudes right quick, man. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I was in a situation where I felt like somebody did something intentionally to spite me, but I realized that I was being a bit emotional. And the residue of my past was flaring up. So what happens in the streets is, bro, like there's a gray area between disrespect and coincidence. There's a small area, a gray line, I may say, between coincidence and disrespect. It's a small line. And in most cases, we don't side with coincidence. There's always blatant disrespect. And I'm not saying that this situation wasn't spiteful, but what I will say is the way that we communicate and the way that we address certain things, the energy and behavior behind it often determines the outcome. And I'm saying this to all my street dudes right here, bro. All my dudes that really been through something, because you know your idea of regulation is brute force. Right, let me take a minute. Your idea of regulating a situation is brute force, especially if you have been through some things that have required brute force. The thing about going through something that requires brute force, anytime you're in a situation, that will naturally become the regulator. Naturally. Anytime you're in a situation that causes, the ultimate aggression, that will always be your first call to action. Because immediately in your mind, you know how to get the result or desired outcome you want. And you're willing to go to the extent to get the outcome because you know if you do this, you know you're willing to go all the way. And whatever way it goes, you're willing to walk away with it, whatever that costs. I'm telling you that, brothers, we work so hard to leave that life. Don't get me wrong, there was a point in our life where we were, our development was arrested because of that. Right? Our development was arrested. Right? It was shackled. We couldn't pass go because of the environment. But once you start saying, I won't pivot, I won't change my life, one of the first things you got to alter is the way that you approach situations. Now, for me, I always think I'm healed until I realize I ain't. I'll keep it real with you. I always think I'm past it until I'm standing knee deep in it. You feel me? I always think I'm good. I've been praying. I've been going to therapy. I'm all right until I wind up knee deep in the thing I said. I was, damn, how I get back here? All right, let me fast again because I'm back to school. Forgive me, God. I'm back to square one. It's me again, bro. It's me again, dog. I'm faithful. I'm here. I'm here. But what I want to tell us is this, y'all. Before we start talking about money and all the other stuff, like we're gonna get to it. But what I want to tell you is, you're fighting that hard, and there are people who are watching you fight the fight, and they want you to succeed because you become the blueprint on how they succeed. We put so much focus on people hating on me, and I'll be honest with you, I'm the person I may be the only person that don't feel like he got haters. Because Cat Williams said that's what they're supposed to do. Why would I unemploy you? Why would I unemploy you? But at the same time, why would I give you my attention? Because the one thing we forget, for every one person that's hating on you, there's 10 to 100 people that love you. But for some reason, the hate, it's so loud to us, we often disregard the people that love us and the people that want to see us do well. And so to all my brothers that's going through, you're on that lane to transition. It won't be easy because what you've been has been a part of your life far more than what you're trying to become. All right, let me say that again. You've been a gangster. You've been a street dude. You've been a hustler. You've been whatever that, you've been that longer than you've tried to be a great father. You've been that longer than you've tried to be a law-abiding citizen. You've been that longer than you've tried to be a man that works a 9 to 5. You've been that longer than you've attempted to be a CEO. So the residue of your past will always be with you. It won't leave you. Your ability to push forward even when the residue is protruding. Even when the residue is protruding, the force, I need you to understand that you are greater than the repercussions that happen when you fall back. I want you to understand that there are people who are truly counting on you. There are people who need you to win because it gives them the idea. It gives them the blueprint. It gives them what does it look like to still be a man who is proud, but yet to tell another man, bro, you got that, bro. It ain't that big of a deal. They need to see that from you. Because you the person they look to, you was a hitter. You was all the things that was glorified And now you want to transition because for some reason God has planted something in your heart. For some reason you decided, you know what, I want to be a husband. For some reason you decided, I want to be a father. I want to live to see to be a grandfather. Well, those are the things that we say, but now the things we say now have to match an action. And the action can only be tested in adversity. The growth can only be tested when it's pulled on. Okay, you got to change for what you say you want, or we got to change what we say we want, but we got to understand the thing that we say we want doesn't come easy. This is why good people and great people sit at two different tables. Great people go to the Hall of Fame. Good people clap that they was played on a team with the person that went to the Hall of Fame. Average people lucky they got a chance to be on the team. So you got to make the decision, fellas. I want us to, and ladies, this ain't nothing against y'all. I just want to talk to them right quick because I truly understand, because I was in a space where I was like, bro, I will slap the piss out of you and I want whatever come after that, but I know you ain't going to give me what's going to come after that, so you probably going to sue me. Like in my mind, when I see you, dog, I'm going to slap the piss out of you because I know you ain't really with what I'm with and you done let this get to your head. So when you see me, when you come to Atlanta, I'm going to bat the piss out of you, but I know you probably going to sue me. And everything that I've worked for, you've now won. You've now won. And now everybody who I represent, I've let them down. I've let them down. Because the thinking man always wins and the emotional man loses everything that he worked hard to gain. And life is always about minutes, not hours. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't take an hour for you to lose it all. It only takes a minute. My OG ET told me, we are one decision away from losing everything we worked hard for. And I promise you, that hit me hard in my chest when he told me that. You're one decision away. So fellas, on your journey to becoming that thing that you want to become, I just want you to know that you're one decision away from losing it all. Don't let the old you win the battle that the new you is fighting. Don't let the old you win the battle of what the new you is fighting for. Because what you're fighting for is truly greater than you. All right, Jose, let's get into it tonight, man. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. God dang, we down, another out. God damn, Jose. You got to stop me when I be.
Hey, look, I be needing it.
No mic for Jose, y'all. Let's just make sure we do that. All right, y'all, let's get into it. 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 All right. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, man. Y'all know that we do a lot of things at this show, man. If you're here for the first time, let us know in the chat you're here for the first time. Of course, we're an hour and I haven't talked about a stock yet. It happens sometimes. Some weeks we come and I'm in a stock in 30 minutes. It happens. Love me. All right, let's go to it, man. Look, I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my last name, my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, baby.
Trey Williams said he needs that. He in the pen right now.
Trey Williams, what's good, family? Keep your head up, gangster. I'm sorry. Keep your head up, king. The old ways. I want to also give a shout out to my guy, Neo, man. Nehemiah Davis. Today is his birthday. Just want to tell him happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you've done, everything you represent. You one selling mofo too, you hear me? You one selling mofo. You gonna sell, you hear me? All right, man, let's get into it, man. Tonight we got word on the street. Jose, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, bro. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Let's get into it, man. So the Dow Jones was up today. The NASDAQ and the S&P was down slightly, but of course, Monday we had a bloodbath, 2% almost, which was major, I'm not gonna lie. 2% is kind of heavy. 2% is enough to make you, you know what I'm saying? 2% heavy. And the crazy part about that though, Jose, was I never like, so there's one thing, so I don't mind red days. Let me say that. I don't mind red days. But market reversals piss me off. Market reversals piss me off. I'm about to ask you, what is a, Jose said, I didn't see that in the course. All right, so a market reversal is when the market goes up one way for a period of time and then midday or something, it just turns and goes the other way fast. Right? I don't like market reversals because market reversals often are 2 and 3 day events. So we had Friday we had a sell-off, which was all right. And then Monday, we actually woke up Monday morning with the S&P and the NASDAQ almost up 1%. Like the NASDAQ was up like more than 0.75%, and the S&P was at like 60. So I wake up, I'm like, all right. I never get too excited about futures because I know anything can happen, but I'm like, all right, it might be all right day today. Because I always look at the bond market in the morning. I always look at, where the bond's at. I always see what's going on with that. Then I always look and see what futures doing, what's the implied volatility of the market. I always check those things out. And around, the market never surprises me before 10:30. Because for 10:30, from 9:30 to 10:30 is all human beings. But from 10:30 to 3 o'clock, it is 80% machines. At 12:30 Monday, the market turns around. And it goes from being up 1% to really being down 0.25%. And I'm like, damn, that was fast. By 2 o'clock, we down 1%. By 3:15, we down almost we like 1.95%. By the time the market closed at 3:30, 4 o'clock, it was down 1.8%. And I was like, jeez. So it made me, but I had a lot of stuff going on, so I really couldn't. And let me say it to my groups right quick, to my Patreon group and to my Trappers Anonymous community. Friday and Monday and Saturday, I was nowhere to be found. Sunday for my Trappers Anonymous community, I had to cancel I had to postpone our class. I had some paperwork that I had to get due, and it was due Monday, and I had to get on it. And it took everything in me, so we had to make sure we got that taken care of. And so Trappers Anonymous, I got y'all on our Monday and Tuesday posts. Patreon, I explained some of it to y'all, so I have y'all lottery picking and stuff this week. I had to just take care of it. Sometimes things like that just happen where it caught me off guard, but we had to dig into it. That's what we do here. And so market reversals are always a 2-day events in most cases. But let's get into some of the things today that are leading where we are. Because I know a lot of people, Jose, right now, they don't know like what's going on. And the thing for me is to never leave us like confused about what's going on. I'm always reading the data because as I read the data, I know exactly how we gonna position. Or I'm understanding where can I navigate to. So there's 3 things out the gate that we have to look at. I was explaining it to B earlier because B was like, Trap, like, you gotta talk to me, dog. Tell me what's going on. So the first thing is we have a Fed. We have a Fed where we know right now that there's 3 Fed members that are on 3 completely different, they have 3 different philosophies on what needs to take place, and they're speaking them vocally. And I don't think that is a good thing for the economy. So you got Jerome Powell who came out today and said, yo, the data is not supporting the progress that we're trying to make. Now, I said something maybe a year ago. I said that 3% should be the new rate of inflation. And the reason why 3% should be the new rate of inflation is because it's hard to get $6 trillion out of the economy that shouldn't have been there in the first place. All right, remember I talked to y'all a week ago about the screw. And when, let's say the screw is, I don't know, let's say you ever put a screw on, you know it's easy to screw in the beginning. You can screw it. But once you get closer to the end of it, it gets harder. And it takes a little bit more. You almost feel like you corking it almost, like you re-threading it almost. Because it just you're like, dang, man, you probably got to get some grip plies and another one because it start to turn, right? Well, that's what's happening right now. To go from 9% inflation to 4% wasn't that hard. 75, 0.75% rate cut here, 0.75% rate cut here, 0.75% rate cut here, a quarter here, 50 here. Before you know it, you from 9 to 4, right? Right now we probably at 3.5 somewhere. And I hope this is how I know if it's foreign. Jose, is this foreign? Am I speaking Chinese right now? All right. So in order to get to 2% of inflation, that's what the Fed said they got to do. Now, the data now is super important. All right, I want y'all to listen to me well right here because we're gonna talk basic economics. Is what you need to learn right here. All right. So the inflation is how much more you're paying. Remember we said this last week. The average household is spending an extra $425 for the same food they bought in 2020. We spoke on that last week, right? So the average household right now is spending an extra $425 on the same food you bought in 2020. That is inflation. The more money that's in the economy, the more cost of goods go up because the power of your dollar loses value. So your dollar loses purchasing power. Right? We have never had 2% inflation. That's where you're wrong. That's the average rate. The average rate has been 2 to 3%, and we navigate between 2, 2.5, and 3 since the beginning of time. 2, 2.5, and 3 is what those rates have always navigated between that. So I think you need to go do a little bit more homework, family. All right, so we got to go from 9 to 2. The Fed says they want us to be at 2. They want us to be at 2. All right. So in order to get from 3.5, which is where the area we are, to 2, you need a lot of people to stop spending money. You need people, and the only way people stop spending money is if people don't have jobs. It's the only way people stop spending money. So in order for people to stop spending money, they got to stop having jobs, because that's the only way people in America don't spend money. So I've been saying, 3 is probably should be the new norm, because we are at about 3.5. Now, watch this out. Here's what really gave me what I needed to hear. So today on the news earlier, they had an interview with the ECB, European Central Bank, right? They had a meeting with the European Central Bank, the Fed, and so she said that Europe is they should be at 2% by mid-2025, right? They avoided a recession, and they should be there by 2025. And so they asked her on TV, how is it, because right now Europe is at 2.4, and I'm writing this down. They're at 2.4, and they're going to cut rates. So Europe is going to cut rates. They're going to cut rates, which is what America is trying to do. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat right here. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat right here, because I want to make sure I'm speaking to y'all in a way that y'all understand, because I want you all to get where we are in the economy. So in the chat right quick, say, I get it, Trap. Let me see that right quick. Let me see that, right? Let me see, I get it. Let me see, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. All right, so watch this. So Europe, the ECB, which is the European Central Bank, said we're going to start cutting rates, and we should be at our 2% inflation rate by middle of 2025, which is good. So the interviewer asked her, what is the difference between the American economy and the European economy? Because we're both in a bad situation. They both were spiking high at almost 9%, coming down. And then they showed a graph where they showed where America actually was on pace with Europe, and then we spiked up a little bit. And so she said something that was prolific, but I knew it. She said, I wrote this down. The reporter said, is it fiscal policy, meaning is it the financial policy of America? And she said, that is only a small part. The biggest part is, in Europe, the savings rate of the average European, meaning in Europe, has increased now more than what it was pre-COVID. The European consumer is more cautious now, has been cautious over the last few years, so they're retaining money. Right? And she backed it up with the data. She said, here's the data. The savings rate for people in Europe has increased to pre-COVID numbers. Meaning if they was doing 25% during COVID, they're doing 30 now. Right? It's above it. She said, but in America, the savings rate has drastically depleted. Remember, the average American doesn't have $1,000 for an emergency. So watch this. But this was she went further. She said the European economy isn't so much dependent on the Fed as the American economy is. Okay, what does that mean, Trap? Okay. She said, the nature of the American consumer is to spend. It's the nature of the American consumer. And I said, 100%. Because America is a consumer-based economy, and America always wants you to spend money. How do we know that? During the pandemic, there was no way on earth that $6 trillion, $4 to $6 trillion should have been put in the economy. But because America, now it's a double-edged sword, Jose, because on one face, if you don't put the money in the economy, people lose jobs. When people lose jobs, people lose homes. When people lose homes, crime rate goes up drastically. Right? On another note, though, stats show that the people who got the money, because they didn't work for the money, they blew the money. And they went right back into spending instead of saving. This is the American economy. And because of that, you now cannot get the money out the economy. So now, what's happening now, Jose, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, I love the market. It's the game I'm going to play. But based on the data and where we are, we should not have $3 trillion companies, bro. We should not have, and I'm not hating, please. I'm looking for, we should not have men worth $200 billion right now. I'm not saying they shouldn't be worth it ever, but right now. But look at the people who are worth that. Bernard Arnault, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. We're talking about people who have consumer-based businesses. Now, of course, we know Amazon has AWS. We're going to talk about them tonight. But watch this. Amazon Prime has just hit 180 million subscribers. That means more than half of America has now shopped on Amazon Prime. That is an increase by 8% from 1 year previous. So in a time where people don't have money, why in hell are they spending more money on things that don't add value to their life? So let's get back to the thing we were talking about, which was, you got one Fed saying, I don't got Jerome, big dog, he's saying, bro, the data isn't progressive enough that matches where we're trying to go. You got one person saying, we might even hike rates. And then you got Bostic in Atlanta saying, we might get one rate hike. That's like going to your house. One person outside saying everything good. But you got a son coming outside saying, I hate my mom and my daddy. You got a daughter coming outside saying, my daddy beat on me. And you got the son coming outside saying, mom always talking to me like crazy. At this point, it's a dysfunctional household. That's what we have here in America right now. We having a dysfunctional financial household, and the thing about the market is, if the market, we always say this, it's a forward-looking mechanism that's always looking for a story to gravitate to. Because the market doesn't have any positive data to gravitate to, instinct is innate for it to go negative. So because the market don't have, oh, damn, This is a Fed. This is now what's called a Fed pivot. What does that mean? We started the year off saying we're going to have 7 rate hikes, which is why the first quarter was booming. The first quarter boomed not just because of NVIDIA. The first quarter boomed because the Fed said we're ending the year, we're looking to have 7 rate hikes going into the new year, 6 or 7 rate. That let everybody know that the economy was coming into a softening. Come on, y'all, we teaching right now. That said the economy is coming into a softening, interest rates coming down, inflation, we in a good position. Come January, Jerome was like, we still good, don't trip. February, but March, things got rocky. Because then the data came out and said, nah, bro, we got more jobs. We got less unemployment. We got wage increases. Everything is still going up in price. And once you get the data, now there's a different story that got to be told. And so then we go from having 7 to maybe 3. Then we get later, then we get to April, and we like, wait, the April give us the March numbers, and now we're like, we might not even cut. And so what that does is that now puts insecurity in the market. Rate cuts, bro, not rate hikes. No, both. You missing it. You not listening. Rate cuts mean we want to cut, but they're saying, no, we're going to hike. That's what you're missing. You're missing that part. Some people, we're supposed to get cuts, but you got a person saying, no, we may even hike. I know exactly what I'm saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. You have one Fed official saying, no, we might hike. I know exactly what I'm saying. And that's why you get the term now, higher for longer, may even go a little higher. So that puts the market now in an unstable place. Because now that the market wants to go forward, it has nothing that is fueling it to go forward. And so now when the market can't go forward, it automatically now goes backwards, which is now why instead of having $6 trillion on the side, now we have 8. Mind you, a month ago I said, we got $6 trillion. In less than 30 days, we now have $8 trillion on the sideline. Why? Because the market has nowhere to go. Okay? Second thing on the list. Second thing on the list is Saturday, bombs come out, just bombs. Bombs. Wake up in the morning, we chilling, and purr, 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 purr.
I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
Me neither. Bombs. So let's talk about how that happens. It's a difference from saying, Jose, I'm going to bomb you, dog. Stop playing with me. Because we pump fake all the time. We pump, even though we know we don't like it. No, me and Jose love each other. I'm using that example. We may, I don't like you. You keep, Jose, stop. You know I got these bombs over here. Stop playing. I'm going to drop them. Man, shut up. Drop them. I'm going to drop them. It's a difference. Everybody understands that Jose and Trap got some animosity. You sneak shoot a couple people here. I sneak shoot a couple people here. It might make the news, it might not make the news. I kidnap somebody here, you kidnap somebody there. It might make the news, it might. But when you drop 200 and something bombs, now I don't know for sure, but they're saying that was a repercussion behind them bombing an embassy a few weeks prior. Now, I'm not here to push that narrative or not, but here's what I do know. Once that many bombs get dropped, we are no longer pump faking. Now it's action. And what that does is it now makes everybody pick a side. It makes everybody pick a side. And so now when the U.S. say, hey, we not doing, hey, we don't stand for that. It's like, bet, you with them? Bet, we going to pick your enemy. Pick your ally. Now we done dropped the bombs. So now what happens is everybody now has to pick a side. China, I ain't messing with that. Everybody now got to pick a side. Ain't nobody can't say, I ain't got nothing to do with that. If you don't got nothing to do with that, you get bombed too. So now it puts us in a situation that says, even though everybody was scared about a World War III, this is the dressing on the table. This is the dressing on the table. And so now everybody got to pick a side. So now you got to pick a side. And then what happens is that is another reason for people to do what? Be fearful. Be fearful. So in that moment, what happens? Think about it. Last year, what happened? Same time, March, April. What happened to us last year in March, April? We had a bank crisis, and then we had Russia. Same time. I don't know if April is talk war month, but last year, same time. All right, third thing. Because of all of those events, now you got oil going up. When oil goes up, the 10-year note matches its energy. And as the 10-year note matches that energy, guess what happened? People go for safety. Because they're getting a higher yield. There you go. So now it puts the retail investor in a compromising position. And I said this a while back. The market will test your thesis. It will test it. And when it gets tested, you have to make a decision. Do you stand on it or do you abort the mission? The market will test your thesis. And in that moment, you have to make a decision. Do I stand on my thesis? Or do I abort the mission? Somebody asking it again. No, I mean rate hikes, not rate cuts. There's a Fed saying we may hike rates. I do not mean rate, I mean rate hikes and rate cuts. Somebody is saying hike. You got three people. Jerome Powell saying, I need more data because the data not matching with our progress. You got one Fed saying, we may only cut one time, and you got one Fed saying, we may hike. Mean go up more. And the reason why it may go up more is because the number's not falling. And the way to make people stop spending is to increase rates. All right, so I'm speaking of both. For the people that keep asking, I'm not mistaken. I'm not saying the wrong thing. I ain't saying. You have 3 decisions. You have one saying we need more data because it ain't matching the progress. You got one saying we may cut just one time. And you got another one saying we may need to hike, meaning add another quarter, half, or 0.75%. Hike. H-I-K-E. Hike. Hike. Increase the rates is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Inflict more financial pain is what I'm saying. Hike. Go from 3.7 to 4. Hike. Go up. Add a little bit more. Addition. Right? That's what we mean. So, for me, my stance on it is I haven't got out of any of my positions. I told y'all a couple of weeks ago that I did look at I'll talk about when we talk about it, my fasting on plate. It only was a small part of my thing because I wasn't really tripping. I'm still in it. We still in it. We ain't tripping. Y'all know how I go. You hear me? All right, let's go a little further, Tootie. I know you dying back there, dog. My dog is dying back there. Get that. No, go. Just skip that part. Shout out to my dog for trying to follow suit. You hear me? I know my dog like, I'm skipping this one and this one and this one. You ain't getting through these slides tonight, partner. Tootie, don't cheat the people, dog. Let's go a little further, Tootie. Go a little further. Go a little further. All right, so let's look at today what we had. Apple down 1%. Meta did good. 2% on NVIDIA. 2% on AMD. We definitely going to talk about that today. 1% on AVGO. United Health came through like crazy today. They killed earnings today. Shout out to United Health. GE is up. Morgan Stanley. Zoetis. Y'all know I like that. Who was down today? Cisco was down. BlackRock. Speaking of BlackRock is now, Lieutenant Casey, my guy, he may like this one. BlackRock is now up to $10 billion in assets. BlackRock is now blasted past Vanguard, which were the biggest 2 asset management, had the 2 under asset, were the 2 largest asset managers. BlackRock has now surpassed 10.5, no, not billion, trillion.
I was about to say, you said
Trillion. I'm sorry, trillion. They've now surpassed 10.5 trillion in assets, which is wild. But you know why it's not wild? Because we just saw them buy up, they just spent $10 billion on real estate. They just bought like 6 neighborhoods. So, you know why? You know why? Because real estate, commercial real estate, so I want us to understand the pedigree right here. I want us to understand this right here, bro. And we can get, 10.1 trillion, 100%. Here's what I want us to understand, y'all. I'm not counting nobody's pockets, but I don't know if nobody in the chat got $1 trillion. Right? I don't know. I ain't counting nobody's pockets, so I don't know who in the chat got $1 billion. I ain't counting nobody's pocket. I don't know who in the chat got $1 million. Right? I'm not a pocket watcher. I'm not a pocket watcher. No shade to nobody. I'm not a pocket watcher. But here's what I do know. This is the most amazing time to be buying commercial real estate if you have a long-term plan. if you got a long-term plan, now is the amazing time to buy assets. If you have a long-term plan. And the reason why these financial firms increase their wealth so much, Jose, is because they play the long game. And when I say they play the long game, I'm not even saying all their investments are long-term investments, but they just have a long-term outlook on the trajectory of the said asset class. Right? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I know my dog Ian always said, you know, buy the stock and hold it for 20 years. I don't know what the hell going to happen in 20 years. I'm not against him from saying that. But for me, I want to tell you to always buy a company that you have long-term perspectives on. And that's different. I ain't telling you to actually hold it for 20 years because Kraft Heinz today isn't the Kraft Heinz when Warren Buffett bought it in 1990-something. It ain't the same Kraft Heinz. You feel what I'm saying? He said he should have got rid of it in 2014. It's 2024. 10 years later, he still got it. Right? It ain't the same company. And all of us know right now that ain't Coca-Cola ain't the Coca-Cola in 1979 when he bought it. Right? It was innovative. It was probably still calling it pop. Right? That's when they had the Santa Claus. I read an article that said Coca-Cola. Say, bro, I read an article that said Coca-Cola invented the idea of Santa Claus as a marketing campaign. Watch this. They didn't invent Santa Claus itself. It was a thing. But they put the marketing behind it because think about this. When we was young, did Coca-Cola not have a lot of Santa Claus commercials? Santa Claus, oh, this guy here, oh God. Right, so they didn't create the idea of Santa Claus, but they used it as think about it. They used to have the best commercials during Christmas. Coca-Cola. So it didn't say that it's not saying that they created Santa Claus itself, but they created the marketing around the Santa Claus image that blew up the marketing and the branding behind the Santa Claus like sales and yeah, the stuff they did.
The engagement ring and stuff, I know that one, but
the what?
You know the engagement ring?
What engagement ring?
They made the diamond, they marketed the diamond for
Well, that was the De Beers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know that one.
The De Beers did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the De Beers did that. The De Beers had an idea that the diamond, what that is, George?
1931, they made the Santa Claus thing about the market.
Let me see. Let me see it. Who this is, though?
Coca-Cola.
I told you, dog. I don't be just coming out of thin air with this stuff, bro.
I'm one of the independent staff.
Why does dude always do that, bro? I don't be coming up out of the air with this. Shout out to my dog, George. George just pulled this up. Watch this. Coca-Cola, let's see. By 31, there were many different deceptions of Santa Claus around the world, including the tall, gaunt man and an elf. There was even a scary Claus. In 1931, Coca-Cola commissioned illustrator Haddon Sundblom to paint Santa for a Christmas advertisement. Those paintings established Santa as a warm, happy character with human feature, including rosy cheeks, a white beard, twinkly eyes, and laughter lines. Sundblom drew inspiration from a 1982 poem Clement Clark Moore called A Visit from St. Nicholas, commonly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Come on, Jose!
Hey, I love it. Matter of fact, you should have sent me the link beforehand.
Nah, it came into my mind. I didn't know I was going to say it.
When you saw it the first time.
That was before I met you, bro.
Oh, I thought you saw that.
No. I've been, like, bro, I be reading stuff long time ago, and then I be done read this stuff 8 years ago, and then as I'm talking, boom, storage bill due, dog.
Stuck in my brain.
Yeah, it come out of nowhere. Like, oh, remember this? Say this, Trap. I be like, oh, I can say that. Hey, like I just read the thing.
I thought it was recent.
No, man, I've been read the thing, bro. I've read it. I probably read it in prison. If I'm being real with you, they be having all kind of stuff floating around there. You heard me? Yeah, cut. And because it was a great. They gave it the image of the rosy cheeks. And how is I said that and then cuz pull that thing up, cuz.
That's where them 18-wheelers come from. When we see the Christmas with the Santa Claus.
You feel me? It was all about marketing. No. Tell them do their own research. Do your own. I give you the information. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying? They gotta do their own independent study. They gotta do their own independent study, cuz. You feel me? But it goes back to America being a consumer-based economy. America come up with ways to make us buy stuff, dog. You feel what I'm saying? It's even with the Bears. They came up with the idea about the diamond.
They got that in the chokehold.
Bro, if we being honest, and I got one of the stupid things. But bro, diamonds ain't worth that. They ain't had nothing to do with it. Like if we being real, they had no real value. They had no real value. They said, yo, we got to do something with this. And they came up with the idea, diamonds is a girl's best friend. And it was designed to give to women as gifts. And then once, you know how it go, once one woman got it, what that is, girl?
They said rubies cost more.
I'm about to tell you. So it was rubies and then pearls. It was, diamonds ain't had nothing to do with nothing. It was rubies and pearls. And then they was like, nah, fam. These look good.
That's the stuff I love.
They twinkle. The ruby don't twinkle like this. The pearl don't pearl like this.
Ring pop.
Yeah, when you see this, bling, you're like, ooh, what that is? That thing, look, that thing shining. And go look that up, the Bears. And here's the thing. I used to stay at the Four Seasons in Miami. And there's a Bears diamond store in there. Yep. Huh? Everybody stay at the Four Seasons.
No. Don't do it.
Come on, I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
Boo. I see you shining. And
Hold up, let me put a poll. We can go on tour again.
It's too much noise up here. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Cuz say, why you think we waiting to go on tour again? Nigga, them Four Seasons was popping. God, man, I gotta love my people, man. We coming, Tootie. Next slide, bro. God. Damn, I know Tootie ain't feeling this, boy. God. All right, so I wrote this down, too. This is a stat I wrote down. Okay, so the VIX has now hit 49. The fear and greed has now hit. The fear and greed falls to 39, the lowest that has been since 2022. The VIX is over 50. The VIX is up over 50% in 3 weeks. Right? Okay, so here we go. Let me paint this picture for y'all again. The fear and greed index is now at 39. It's the lowest it's been since 2020. Yeah, that thing was at 70 something a couple weeks ago. That thing. Rate hikes. I'm telling you, bombings, rate hikes. It don't take long. We skip neutral altogether. We skip neutral altogether. We went from 70 to 40. We ain't got nothing to do with 30, 55. Doing 50 in a minute. So the fear and greed index is at 39. It's the lowest it's been since 2022. The VIX is 50% in 3 weeks. Now, here's what I wrote as a caveat to this. You make the most money in markets like this. Now, here's what I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to be 100% real with y'all. I will be deploying capital in this market, whether it's in buy and hold, whether I, get some option plays. I really want to watch a little bit more. But this is the time, if you're taking the options masterclass, this is the time where you load up and you give yourself some time. I got some people hitting me up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting some real crazy messages right now in the market. Like, man, you stupid. You setting your people up to die in the market. I'm like, well, first of all, my people have made a whole bunch of money. Let's just get that straight. Let's get that. Run a checkup, please. My people have made a whole bunch of money in the market. And the one thing about me, what I always do is my people, meaning there's 3 sets of people I call my people. It's my Trappers Anonymous, that's my people. My Patreon, that's my people. And my Trappin Tuesday people. Y'all are my people. Now, my team, y'all know I ain't talking about y'all. We talking about, hey, Stanky. Damn, I got an 8-year-old. That shit blows my mind every time. I need 2 more. I need 2 more of them, bro.
2 more. Clap them cheeks.
That's why you're not. That's why you're not getting Mike. Don't rat on me. Don't rat on me. Don't rat on me. Don't rat on me. You ain't hear me. Did you hear me say it, LaShawna? There you go. There you go. You did not hear me say nothing. You did not hear me say nothing, LaShawna. You did not hear me say nothing. Who you heard say that? Who did you hear say that? Who did you hear say that?
I heard Joseph say that.
And what did he say?
I will not.
There you go.
But I heard it.
You didn't hear me say it. You didn't hear me say it. Don't get nobody else to rat on me. Yeah, you trying to get a co-defendant. Nah, you take that stand by yourself, cuh. That's why we are not giving Jose a mic for outbursts like that. For outbursts like that. We live in the air, you just gonna say that out of nowhere. Clap them cheeks. This man. Apologize to the chat, Jose. Apologize to the chat, Jose. LaShawna was right. You can't say that in front of LaShawna, dog. What is wrong with you? The unmitigated gall. How dare you?
Like, no, I apologize to y'all. No cheek clapping.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. All right, so
Somebody said we need a camera behind us.
I'll say this, y'all. Like, I will be deploying capital in the market right now. The golden rule is to be fearful when others are what? Greedy, and to be greedy when others are what? Fearful. So for me, I'm not fearful. Brandon asked me something today. He said, Trap, what we gonna do with this Uber play? What we gonna do with this Fastenal play? I said, I ain't gonna lie, B. In my mind, I took Fastenal as an L when they missed earnings and it went down to $69. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I'm not cutting it because it wasn't a huge part of my thing. It was down I think right now it's down like 65%. But it wasn't that big, and I got it till January. So I was like, you know what, I ain't really tripping. It wasn't that big of a play for me. I'm not gonna cut the Uber play because it's still in that same range, and I think it can move. But we gotta ask ourselves a simple question. Is this a market event that's happening? Or is it an individual event? And so one of the things I want us to Can I get the whiteboard right quick? I want to write this down for us. And I'll remember to do it. We got to remember 3 types of events that you're going to have. There's 3 types of events. There's a, we'll get on the whiteboard and I'm going to talk about it. We'll get on the whiteboard and I'll talk about it. And as a matter of fact, I'll talk about 2 things while I'm on the whiteboard. I think we need to hear. I need to hear. Need to move this. I like that beat, Tootie. That was pretty smooth. I like that beat, Tootie. Capri Hold is absolutely loaded on Lily today. I love the whiteboard. Jose is a menace. Uber's on the ropes. Whiteboard, love a whiteboard moment. Yep. I'm so late to the party. Yep. Let's go. Let's go with it. We love 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 it. All right. So this is a whiteboard moment. Shout out to y'all because I like that. I like when y'all say, Trap, we love a good whiteboard moment. You know, y'all know when I get to the whiteboard, I won't teach. All right? So there's 3 types of events. On B, this is YouTube too, you heard me? Shout out to B, because B being here, I be having B in here for 6 hours. We be shooting 4 videos. Make sure y'all go tap out to my Wallstreet Trappin page. You know what I'm saying? We've been putting out a lot of good content. All right, so there's 3 types of events. So there's 3 types of events happening in the market. And when you see these type of events, shout out to the Queen Natalie for the super chat. Thank you, Queen. Right, I appreciate you so much. I think she probably top 10 loyal trappers, dog. She don't miss a week. Top 1, and she don't, top for sure, top 5. She don't miss a week, and every week she give us a super chat, man. So thank you so much for that, Natalie. I appreciate you, Queen. If you're one of the queens and you are truly looking for branding and marketing, you're trying to get something, you know, you're trying to get your fitness life together, you're trying to be a Proverbs 31 woman, you feel me? Because she's striving. Go check her out, man. Her name is Natalie Nicole on Instagram. She's a beautiful woman, and she is 100% with helping empower women build their brands, get in shape, and make some money. So shout out to you, Queen. She didn't pay me to do this, but she comes support me every week. And so we like them type of people, man. We love those. If we're gonna be real, we love those. All right, so the first event is a market event. All right, so a market event is like a pandemic. Right? A market event is something that affects the entire market. Right? Nobody is exempt. Right? A market event. Pandemic. Watch this. 2008. The what? Financial crash. The banks crashed, but everything went with it. Right? So there's 3 types of events. So one is the market event. This gonna hit the whole market. No one is exempt. Right? Right? So we need to understand this. This gonna give us deals on a lot of sectors. This is gonna give us deals on a lot of sectors right here. Right? This is gonna give us deals on a lot of sectors and a lot of industries because this is affecting the entire market. This is an event that, watch this. Honestly, war can affect the entire market. Right? We're talking market events. Right? Market events. That's one. Number two. Industry. Industry events. So what's an industry event? All right, think about something like this. BP oil spill. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, that crashed, it affected what? Small banks. Right? They still ain't shake all the way back yet. Right? Watch this. Chip shortage. Right? These are affecting industry sectors as a whole. Right? Sectors as a whole. Right? Now you know these will go into effect. Right? We talking about, watch this. Remember when the what that was that happened? The canal was blocked for the shipping containers. Remember when the shipping containers, it was blocked in the canal and nothing couldn't get in the Panama Canal? We had the shortage. Right? Because they couldn't get through. Right? So what happens then? Everything what? So now you got an industry. Now this is an industry and you can put or sector because that's two different things. You have 11 sectors, but inside of the sectors, you have industries. So you can put industry or sector event. Right? Industry or sector event. Right? Because this doesn't affect one company, it affects an entire industry or sector. Right? All right. Let's go a little further. And then you got company event. You got a company event. What's a company event? All right. Remember Apple blocked tracking for Meta. That was a company event. Right? That was a company event. Remember this? Chipotle had the what? E. coli. I don't know how to spell it. I'm going to just say it. Why is it so say E. coli, nigga? E. coli. What you talking about? What you talking about? All right, but remember Chipotle had the E. coli. Right? That was a thing. Right? That was a thing. Watch this. Apple. What event did they have? Remember, the patent on the watches. The patent on the watches. That was an event. You feel me? Johnson & Johnson. Cancer, people were suing them. That was an event. You feel me? So you got those company events don't affect the entire industry, but it affects an actual company itself, singularly. Singularly, how do I say that? Singularly. Golly, man. I would never be a rapper and say that. I ain't never heard a nigga rap and say singularly. Singularly? Singularly? That is a stupid word.
It hurts him once.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Episcopal. All right, so remember them type of events. There's a market event, there's an industry or sector event, and then there's a company event, right? So we got to understand the difference, because if it's a market event, then a lot of times your story doesn't change. Right? If it's a market event, a lot of times your story won't change because something is happening in the market that is causing the entire market to sell off. The only thing with this is, if it's a market event, now you got to figure out what is your time horizon. Because that's what saves you. How long does the event last and how much time do you have? And then possibly the event now gives you time to buy discount or average down. We trapping tonight, Jose? Right? We got an idea. The market event, a lot of times the story on the company don't change because it's an actual event on the market. Because it's an event on the market, your company still can be doing well. It's just that the market is now going through an event, and the thing that you have to now deal with is, how does the event affect my thesis and my time horizon? Meaning, the reason why I bought it, how is the reason why I bought it affected, and then how long do I have to play the game? Golly, we cooking right now, Jose. Right? Now, the difference is, with a sector event, it can change the story because a sector event now impacts companies within that sector differently. Come on now. Like they say in the church, I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody in portfolio right now, Jose. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Right? So if we having a market, a sector or industry event, which are one and the same, okay, so watch this. Prime example. Let's go back here. All right. Ooh, this is good, Jose. God, this is good. This is good, Jose. This is good, Jose. This is good, Jose. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this, Jose. If we having a sector, that's an S. This nigga hip, man. Send your ass to Kuwait, bro. If we have a sector event, let's say we have a chip shortage. All right? If we having a chip shortage, then now, let's say we got NVIDIA, got TSMC, and let's say we got AMD. Let's just say that, right? Now you got to do your research on the chip shortage to see all of them going to be affected, but somebody gets affected the most. Right? in a chip shortage, everybody gets affected, but somebody gets affected the most. Now you got to do your research on where, when, why, how. In a sector event, here's your homework. Where, when, why, how, who. Where is it happening? When did it happen? Why is it happening? How did it happen? Who is it going to affect the most? Go back again. If it's a sector or industry event, where did it happen? The reason why you want to know where did it happen, because if you got a chip shortage and then it's originated in Taiwan, then now you know who the victim is. Everybody, and why? Because 70% of them come from, so where did it happen? When did it take place? You want to put a date on it. Why, how, and who. This is going to help you understand the story change. Because if you in TSM and it destroys TSM to a point where, yes, it is on sale, but every sale ain't made for you to buy. Okay, watch this. If you go to the Louis store and the belt is on sale, on clearance, you might say, I might buy that belt. But if the truck man got the Louis belt on sale, you might bypass it, because once you get a half a day in it, the buckle might fall off. You with me? So you'll get the one in the Gucci store or the Louis store on sale, but if you buy from the man on the corner, that ain't really a sale, it's a gamble. Because you may get in the middle of your two-step, boop, Louis belt fell off. Oh. You know what I'm saying? You make me happy. Come on. Yeah. Me too. Uh-oh. Oh, you showing it all. You one of them, huh? You one of these. You one of them. You one of them, huh? Man, y'all crazy tonight. All right, so that's good. That's one thing we want to talk about tonight. All right, the next. Here's what I want to talk about to y'all. How that look? How that look? How that look, Jose? That look good? That look good? That look good? All right, here's some things I want to tell y'all right quick. I wrote this down because I know y'all going to need it right now. I wrote this down for y'all. Tell me how they feeling tonight in the chat, Jose.
They going crazy. They talking about they getting knowledge and laughter. They getting a lot of more.
Come on, man. I love y'all, man. All right, watch this. For a hot 600. Not the hot 600. Not the hot 600. Not the hot 600. What will Lee say? You hear me? All right, so here's what I want y'all to know. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. 7 rules to win in these markets. Beat us a YouTube, tag it. 1. What's your thesis? I need you to know this. 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 All right. Let's get our lights up, y'all. Y'all know how we get down. You feel me? 7 rules to win in these markets. The reason why we talking about these markets is because we saw that what? The VIX is up. I tell y'all stuff for a reason. We've entered the market has went from extreme greed at 78 and 79 to 39. That's a huge shift. That's a huge shift in a matter of weeks. So watch this. What's your thesis? Check this out. You should never buy a company without having a story and a reason to understand why you're there. You should never buy a company or be in a company without having a reason on why you're there. Number 2, keep it simple. Keep it simple. I'm gonna be real with you. I do not invest in companies that I do not understand, because when things go wrong in companies that I don't understand, that means I don't have a story around it, and I don't know if I should I don't know if I should sell or buy more. Every time the stock go down, you shouldn't be saying buy more. Sometimes when the stock go down, you should be saying it's time to get out. Every time the stock goes down, it's not a reason for you to buy more. Sometimes you should say it's time to get out. I'll be telling my people in the pit, they be like, yo, I'm about to roll this down. I'll be like, I'm not going to roll this one down. I'm not going to average down in this one. I'm going to let it ride out. Sometimes they won't roll down to save their money. Sometimes you got to just take the L and move on. Rip the Band-Aid off and go about your business. It's part of the game. All right? Keep it simple. Number 3, define your pros and cons. Lieutenant Case and all my people in Trappers Anonymous, they know this. We can look for everything that's good about a company, but if we cannot find the bad, that means we ain't did enough research. You must be risk averse. You can find everything good about a company, but if you cannot pinpoint the bad in that company, you have not did enough research. If you cannot understand your pros and cons about a business, you should not own it, because every business has blind spots. Every business has blind spots. Number 5, size matters. You got to understand how much of the company you want to own. You got to understand how many contracts you want to buy. You need to know these things before you even get in it. Hold up, Jose, did you drop the link for the thing? Next week, y'all, we got 10 seats left. We got 10 seats left. Next week, Trappin Tuesdays live. We got 10 seats left. Next week, Trappin Tuesdays live. Here in Atlanta. We got 10 seats left. Where you came up with that from?
It was in my brain.
Nah. That's why he not getting the mic. Oh, that's number 4. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Number 5. What's your edge? What gives you advantage in being this play? Thank y'all so much. Yep, I meant 5. I meant 4 instead of 5. Thank y'all, family. Y'all know I'm human. I mess up sometimes, but I know y'all got my back, so I ain't tripping. Trap, you owe me a signed shirt from Philly. Say less. Huh?
He already had that in the toe. He was already something else he had
What I had?
Somebody had to sign a shirt from Philly.
I ain't had nothing worked up. Where you come from with that, Jose? That's why you ain't getting no mic, dog. Number 5, what is your edge? I do not buy a company if I don't see the competitive advantage on the market that they have. If I can't see it, I don't want no part of it. What's your edge? What gives you an advantage in this play? Whether you trading or whether you investing, these rules apply. Number 6, reason to exit or just exit strategy. What is your exit strategy on this play? Y'all know for me, when I'm trading, most of my trades, I'm 50%, I'm gone. 50%, that's my exit strategy, but y'all know in the P&W play, I got it at 40. Why? Because I identified, this not going the way I wanted to go. We got to hop up out of here. All right, and last but not least, number 7, can you see that? Is track it. And here's the reason why. If you tracking it, a good play will give you an opportunity to get back in it. I don't have to trade a bunch of companies. I can trade a good 10 to 12 companies, 15 companies. I'm good. I'm going to just rinse and repeat all of them. Because a good play, you can make a whole bunch of money off it, exit, wait for it to do what they got to do, get back in it. You know why? Because you get familiar with them. You get familiar with them. You don't need every company on the market. You need a good 10, 15 that you trade. And then if you're building a portfolio, 10, 12 companies at a time. Track the play. Understand the play. Follow these 7 rules. What's your thesis? Number 1, keep it simple. Number 2, define your pros and cons. Number 3, number 4, size does matter. Number 5, what's your edge? Number 6, what's your reasons to exit? What is your exit strategy? And number 7 is track it. Track the play, the ups, the downs. Track it, rinse and repeat. You have these 7, I promise you, you will not go wrong. They will help you so many ways. Let's get back to the show, man. White boy moment gone. Boom. Let's give us some music to it. Whiteboard moment, bro. Let me know when you're ready. What we doing? We going to. Tell him let's go to flush it or flip it. Let's get to 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 it. I like the flow, Jose. I like the flow, Jose. How they feel in the chat?
They still going crazy. I'm like, we hit 2,800 people still in here.
We did hit 3,000 too tonight, Jose. All right, let's get to it. Y'all know flush it or flip it. Y'all gotta give me. Y'all gotta give me. Y'all gotta give me. Y'all gotta give me. Me, 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 me. All right, so y'all know flush it or flip it. We like to come together as a team, as a group, and just put some numbers on the board. And then you all decide, do we flush it or do we flip it, right? So let's go. Our first one up, Jose, is none other than Equity Health. The company is up 20% year to date. It is up 40% in 1 year, right? It engages in a provision of technology, enables services for healthcare and spending decisions. All right, so engages in technology service. So they create services in healthcare for people to spend money on, right? Meaning helping you spend your money, meaning, may help aid you with spending money through healthcare services, Jose. They were listed and they came out in 2002. And that's all I got to say about them, Jose. They don't pay a dividend. The stock is $80. They up 40% in 1 year and 20% year to date. Jose, how do we feel about them? Flush it or flip it?
Like in the numbers, I guess we know more. 72% of us is like flip it. Let's get money.
I like it. Healthcare is one of my favorite sectors in industries. Healthcare is one of my favorite sectors. Medical devices is one of my favorite industries inside of the sector. That makes sense? So healthcare is a sector, and then there's sub-industries inside of the sector. You feel me? Like pharmaceuticals is a sector inside of healthcare. Ooh, that boy cooking tonight, boy. Come on, somebody. Come. All right, next we got Unilever, Jose. Stock is down 3% year to date. Stock is down 13% in 1 year. Unilever operates and manufactures sale of goods. They operate through beauty and well-being, personal care, home care, nutrition, ice cream. The beauty and well-being care offers health, hair care, skin care, and prestige beauty and health. That's where you get some of your deodorant, your cleansers, your Dove. A lot of those things come from Unilever. Jose, how do we feel about them? Flush it or flip it, Jose? They pay a 3% dividend.
We moving up and down. Right now we at flush.
I'm flushing it too. All right. Next we got Diageo brands. I'm sorry. Diageo. I wonder if I should have said, nope, I shouldn't have said it. But y'all know who that is, huh? You know what else they own?
What they own?
Let me make sure I'm right. I think I'm right, but I want to make sure before I say it because I don't want to get backlash. There you go.
Guinness.
That's it.
Julio.
Ciroc. They own the Ciroc. That's the people. They the Ciroc boy. They the ones who got your partner going through all that shit. They the ones. They the ones. They the ones got your boy going through all that shit. You hear me? So Diageo brands engages in production of distribution of alcohol beverages. It includes brands Johnny Walker, Crown Warrior, J&B, Buchanan's, Windsor, Smirnoff, Ciroc, Kettle One, Captain Morgan, Bailey's, Don Julio, Tanqueray, and Guinness. Jose, the stock year to date is down 3%. In 1 year, it's down 26%. How do we feel about it, Jose? Flush it or flip it? Damn, Jose, you ain't get that. You ain't even.
Nah, we flushing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna stick to our morals also in regards to the companies. But 60%, same flush.
I'm with you on that. You can flush. Damn, did it. Played you like a fiddle, dog. All right, next we got Otis Worldwide. Oh, Otis. Come on, Otis. Right, in manufacturing of installation and provision of escalators and escalator service. It operates through new equipment and service equipment. The new equipment segment designs, manufactures, sells, and installs a wide range of passenger and freight elevator. The service management segment offers maintenance and repairs. Jose, the stock is up 8% year to date, is up 17% in 1 year, and up 116% in 5. It also pays a 1.44% dividend yield. Jose, how do you feel about old Otis?
Old Otis gonna fix the car and gonna print money with us.
I'm not mad at Otis. I got an elevator in my house, Jose.
What? Oh, you do? I'm thinking escalator. Right.
That might be kind of dope, huh? Now I got an 8-year-old, my dog. Don't matter. Don't matter. Until she become a grown woman, I'm responsible for her getting. Yep, and all it's gonna take for her to get caught.
Shoelace up.
Her shoelaces stay untied. All it takes me to be downstairs in the movie room. Dad! Dad! What? I'm stuck. I didn't get stuck in the escalator.
Bro, I was at the airport and the little kid in front of me had it. And you can't just grab him. But I was like, I'm gonna have to save this kid's life if he get caught up in the thing.
So let me just put this out there, y'all. When you have a woman in your life, you dress different. Let me just put that out there, you hear me? Shout out to my girl, man. You doing that boy some justice, you hear me? That nigga, I ain't never seen that nigga with green shoes on. That nigga don't got Jordans or flip-flops on.
Ain't no hat.
He ain't got no hat on. I see his. This nigga got ankle socks on.
I ain't got no socks.
No socks. That's how you know you got a girl. Don't wear no socks, babe. Then he got a jean shirt jacket on. Neutral colors. My dog. That man Jose told me some gangster crap, though. He said, I'm going on a marriage fast. I said, bro, what book that's in?
What scripture?
That's Corinthians? What that was, cuz? Cuz, I need to know what book that is, cuz. Because all I know, my dog came right. All I know is my dog came right, and I see him adjusting. He losing weight, his skin look a little like somebody making sure he moisturized. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like, man, I ain't getting no cut. You know you got a woman in your life, she won't see you looking a certain, especially when y'all new. She won't see you looking vibrant. And that's my girl, so she demanding a little short ass. She demanded. So I'm proud of my dog, man. He look like a businessman right now. He look like a production assistant. Director, one of them. You look like one of them. I couldn't get it out. My bad. You look like a. There you go. You look like a showrunner. My bad. I ain't mean to say that, but
It's all good.
you look the part right now. You look the part, Jose. You look like the bro. You going out? Nah, dog, I'm going with Shorty, dog. I can see that in you right now. Say, bro, everybody go pull up. Nah, dog. You know, Shorty got us eating. You know, we eating right. I knew it was real when I saw him at the Maze concert.
Yep.
I said, ooh, that's love. That's love. That's it right there. That was it right there. I seen somebody else at Cascade. I can tell when they get in love, them stories be popping. I'll be like, okay.
Skating for no reason.
Okay. And I'm just in the theater like, fuck them niggas here. I'm just in the theater looking like, damn, that look dope as a mug, cuz. Damn. I almost want hate on the cool. Yeah. God damn. Where we at?
Stupid in this chat, bro.
What's the ticker symbol, man? ABEV? I don't like this comment. All right, ABEV engaged in the production and distribution of sales of beverage. Its products include beer, carbonated soft drinks, non-alcoholic drinks. It operates through the following geographical segments. The Brazil segment focuses on beer. The CAC segment includes direct operations in the Dominican Republic, St. Vincent. I ain't never heard of St. Vincent. Antigua, Dominica, Cuba, Guatemala, Barbados, and Panama. Jose, year to date, the stock is down 17%. 1 year, the stock is down 22%. Jose, do we flush it or do we flip it?
Flushing that jump 62%. Putting that turd.
In a what?
Turd. Yeah, I say that, bro. Don't do it. Put it in the turd.
All right, next on the list is Southern Company. Stock is up, down 2% year to date, down 6% in 1 year. Southern Company is a company holding which engages in the generation of sale electricity. It operates through the following segments. Traditional electric operating companies, Southern Power and Southern Company Gas. The traditional electric operating companies segment refers to vertically integrated utilities that own basically their electric company. They operate out of Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and Mississippi. They also pump gas through Illinois, Georgia, Virginia, New Jersey, Florida, Tennessee, and Maryland.
Yo, she get on me about all them jokes.
That's how you know when a nigga in love too. Everything you say reminds him of a conversation that they used to have or they be having. Man, you know she be talking about this, dog. Man, you know me and her just did. Nigga, what?
Yo, you got a ceiling fan? Yo, we got a ceiling fan.
Man, I was just talking to her about this ceiling fan that we saw the other day, bro. That's crazy. Man, we just were talking about getting a ceiling fan. What kind are you talking about? I ain't talking about no ceiling fan no more, dog. Talking about some bar stools. Dog, we was at the spot, West Elm, looking at the bar stools. Everything remind you of what we was talking about. What we doing, Jose? We flushing up flipping Southern Company.
It's half and half, but
I'm messing with my dog, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm so proud of Jose, man. I'm proud of my dog because I told him, I said, dog, she probably be the one. Didn't I say that? I said, she probably be the one, dog. Because I know her M.O. I said, that's what you need, cuz. I'm proud of that. I like that. So stop shooting y'all shot at my dog. Stop shooting y'all shot. Don't entice him. Go on, let him live his life. Go on, let him live his life. Let my dog live. She gonna text me. Watch. Trap. That's my girl, man. All right, next on the list is, people might be like, we playing too much tonight. See, bro, after tonight, bro, we going back to what we've been doing, dog. Quiet on the set, bro. Quiet on the set, bro. We playing too much tonight. Playing too much tonight, dog. Tootie pissed off, backed up. All right. Phillips 66, man, engages in the processing, transportation, storage, and marketing of fuels and other related products. The company operates through the following segments: midstream, chemicals, refining, and marketing and specialties. The midstream segment produces crude oil, the processing services, as well as natural gas, gas liquids, and liquefied petroleum. The chemical segment produces markets petrochemicals and plastics on a worldwide basis, and the refining segment refines crude oil and other feedstocks into petroleum products such as gasoline. Jose, year to date they up 18%, and in 1 year they up 49%, and they also pay a 2% dividend yield. Jose, how we feel about Phillips 66? I like Phillips 66. All right, next on the list is Alibaba. Year to date down 7%. 1 year is down 59%. Say, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I've watched this stock gradually just fall. I'm talking, bro, I remember I went to jail in Georgia 2019. 2018. And I remember when I was in a cell in Georgia, I remember getting on a tier, and I'm not saying this in a crazy way, but I remember making the dudes on a tier watch the stock market. And I remember I did like this thing with my cellmates. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was like 8 of us in the cell. And I remember making them pick companies. Like everybody had to pick 2 companies. And we gambled on it. And I remember at the time, this was 2018. At the time, bro, Alibaba was $220.
Ain't no competition.
2018, bro. It is 2024. The company is $69. And that's what I mean by every time a stock go on sale, don't mean you supposed to buy it. The gradual decline. And I knew it was going to decline even more when the CEO just stepped down and then they split the company up into 2 pieces. I said, it's not good. This not good. It was supposed to be the Chinese Amazon. That ain't it.
It was hyping that thing up.
And I kept saying this, there's no such thing as a Chinese. Anytime somebody say a company is like somebody else, I stay far away from it as possible. All right. Engages in providing technology, infrastructure, and marketing research.
You know we flushing them. You ain't even got it.
Somebody say it's been a slow train wreck, Trap. You right. All right, last but not least, AXP, American Express. Year to date is up 17%. 1 year is up 56%. Let's go. It integrated payment company which engages in the provision of credit and charge cards to consumers, small businesses, mid-sized companies, and large corporations. It operates through the following segment: the United States customer service, commercial services, international card service, global merchant and network services. The USC segment includes proprietary consumer cards and provides services to consumers, including travel and lifestyle services, as well as banking, card finances. Jose, are we flushing or are we flipping American Express? Love it. All right, let's get to it. I like it. We got it.
Yeah.
All right, we here. Let's go to it, man. We was late on this one, but let's get to it. All right. Boom. So let's get into it. We did this late. We up 18% year to date. As y'all can see, we was up 21% year to date, but you know we going through. So Costco's down 300. CTAS down. We almost down 3,000. EME is still up 85. FICO is down. Eli Lilly is up. Meta is up. NVIDIA is up. PWR is down. And VTRX is down. Let's go. Let's go a little further. Let's get into our option plays right quick. AMAT call. Oh, B. You in the AMAT call, huh? Huh? All right. I want to make sure B was in the AMAT call. All right, so we got our AMAT call up for 210. That's up good. The Amazon call is up. That's good. Those September, June calls. AVGO, both of them. This was the one I put in the Patreon, the 1380. The 1430 was the one that I did when I had to mess up. But both of them had went green. Both of them, y'all know how that's rocking. CrowdStrike really disappointed me. That one disappointed me. I'm not going to lie. We was up like 45% on that CrowdStrike play, and then it just done went the other way on us. So that one kind of pissed me off, I'm not going to lie. Fastenal play, I'm probably down like 65%. That one down. But I got it to January 25. It's not that big of a position for me, so I wasn't really tripping on it, but pissed off. Didn't go the way I wanted to go. Once it missed earnings, I really got mad at that one. General Electric was the last play we put in. We put that one in last week, I think, a week before last. So we put that one in at 150 call. It's doing really, really good. I put that one in the Patreon too. I put all of them in there though. Our Google Play is up 10%. Up 10,000. It done turned. Remember, we was down like, I want to say 57% on that one. 51% on that one. It hit 51% and it just started turning around on us, so that's good. Let's go a little further. Our other Google call. No, that's the one. The September Google call was the one we was down like 51% on, and it done turned around on us, so we good on those. Eli Lilly, 23%, 23,000, lost 2,000 a day. Meta, Eli Lilly actually just got a $700 upgrade today. Eli Lilly, it went from a $600 upgrade to a $700 upgrade today. So I like that. I heard that. Meta was down a little, nothing too crazy. I'm actually looking to get back. I'm not going to lie. I missed my play on Meta only because I was heavy in my paperwork since Thursday. It got down to $494. I wanted to buy it again. When it went to $494, I wanted to put another option play in it. So I'm going to just tell my Patreon group right now, when Meta goes under 500, be looking out for something for me. If it goes under 500, be on the lookout for me. Somewhere up and down, I'm determining to put a play in. I'm telling y'all now. I'm super bullish on Meta and Amazon. Super bullish on Meta and Amazon. Netflix went crazy. We waiting to see some things about them, but Netflix I was looking at something for Netflix recently. They are positioned now to be not just the dominant player in the streaming space, but to be the super big dog in the streaming place, because they went and got live sports, they went and got WWE. They are positioning themselves to really run away with this space. And remember, I said it in last year. I said this was last year, 2022, when Facebook was down and Meta was down. I said you're dealing with two CEOs that understand the power of their company. They understand the power of their brand. You can't, like, people like that, you can't count them out. Because they gonna tweak a few things along the way. And so it's literally, it got a $700 upgrade yesterday. Netflix got a $700 upgrade, target price. Because they're the only profitable company in the streaming space. They're the only profitable company in the streaming space. So I'm bullish on Netflix as well. Of course, we got the NVIDIA plays in, my $1,000 play. It was up like 15 grand. Now NVIDIA just doing what it's doing. We got the NVIDIA 410 call. It's up 122,000. We got the NVIDIA June call. So probably, okay, so I didn't realize this. So that's a May call. I'm in my 30 days, so it's that time for me to make a decision on that. Damn. That time coming fast. It's that time for me to make a decision on that real soon. Then we got the June call. That's 100. So that's only, damn, it's almost time for me to make a decision on both of those calls. Damn. That shit right there, boy. Damn. Some numbers there, boy. Then we got the NVIDIA August 16th call. That was my $1 million play. I said if he got back to 500,000, I was gonna take half. I got 20 contracts right there. I say if it gets back to 500,000, which is another 117,000 away. So we do 117,000. That put us at 500 bands, $500,000. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? But I was up to 600,000 on it. So let's go a little further. Got another NVIDIA play. That was the 860 call I had in. It's not going too crazy. And then the 880 call, I think I put that one in the Patreon. That was the 880 call. So we rocking out on that. Then we got the QQQ play. I was up, I think I sold half of that one. I got up big, I sold half of that one. The SMA's play still ticking strong. My Uber play is down. My XLK play is down. My XLY play is down. So that's what we got right now, man. So, man, come join the Patreon. You know, we still putting in crazy work. I'm never going to leave y'all alone. I'm never going to leave y'all stranded. I'm always going to talk y'all through it. I'm always going to let y'all know what we're doing. You know, we don't day trade. We buy time. So, say when Trap start talking about that money, that if you want to be a part of a community or a group, don't get me wrong, you know, we down on some plays, but we win way more than we lose. Of course, you know, everybody in there, we done made a whole bunch of money. I think we took one loss so far this year, which was Palo Alto. We are down on a Fastenal play. So I think over the last 5 plays, we 3 for 2. It's because of the way the market going. So Fastenal, Uber, GE, AMAT was our last few calls. So we are right on those. I still feel good about what we're doing. I do think we may have some more downside to go in the market until we can find some type of stability, until we can find some type of footing for the market to be on. But again, you know, we strategically buying our stuff out 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, sometimes 1 year. And with the method and the formula that we use, it's unique to me. It is leap options, but I do have a formula that we use. And since October last year, we've only had 1 loss, which was Palo Alto, 2 Palo Alto in our first Broadcom. But then we came back and made 2 times the money on. We played that play 2 more times after that and killed it. So, you know, if you want to be a part of something, you want to learn how to make some bread, I'm with you. If you feel like you want to be on the sideline right now, I get it. But don't come in there with a hot 600. Our average play gonna cost us anywhere between 800 to 1,000. I will tell everybody, don't make it your last 1,000. Don't try to put your last 1,000 in there. Y'all know I was saying right now, I need you to have at least $1,000 to $1,500 saved. That's my new motto. And before I wasn't doing it, but now I'm dead serious about it. Because the way you respond with your last 1,000 and the way you respond knowing you got some bread put up is completely different. So I would love for you to have at least $1,000 put up, excuse me. But again, you know, we're not gonna win every trade. You know, we'll go on streaks though. We'll go on licks where we go, you know, 8, 9, 10 trades in a row without losing. We'll go 2-3 weeks without making a play. And then I may go 2 days where I put 3 or 4 plays in a row. So it's just the nature of the game. I'm not in a competition with nobody. My goal is to make y'all some money and make me some money. so we can help each other understand what it's like to be free. And I think once you start printing money and once you start tasting your freedom, that's how you change the game. And for me, the market could go to zero, and I'm going to still be a believer in it because I understand that if it done went to zero, it's definitely going to run back up. And so that's why I take so much time in breaking data down for us, because once we understand the data, you can learn how to play. And I want to say I'm proud of a lot of people that's in the Patreon because they've made some plays outside of me, and I see them posting it, and I'm proud of them. You know, my goal is for you not to be dependent on me. My goal is for you to make money with me, and then at some point you start learning how to make money without me, and then if you're making money with me and without me, you killing the game. And so that's how I feel about it. All right, let's go a little further. All right, 1-800-TRAPPIN hotline.
Hey, my Trappers Anonymous family. How y'all doing? Patreon family, y'all all right? All right? Where my Virginia Trappers at? Okay, we reppin'. Big Trap, salute. And thank you, Jose, for taking my question. So today, my question is, initially, when we're starting to invest in the stock market, you advised us to invest in ETFs. That way we can earn while we learn. What I want to know is once we structured our portfolios and we have our companies that we're interested in into those portfolios and we're building on those, do you recommend that we continue to invest in ETFs? And what are the benefits of doing so? Peace out, y'all.
Shout out to Queen Tori. If y'all ever wanted to know who she was in the chat, always rocking out in the chat, that's her right there. You heard me? That's the queen right there. That's Tori right there. Look at that skin. And I told you, every time they talk, don't it feel like a warm hug? Y'all think I be playing. When the queens be talking, it feel like a warm hug. Yes, Queen, I do like for us to start off with ETFs. And then I like for once you get yourself straight and you feel like, you know what, I'm solid. I still don't have a problem with you playing the ETF game. I just don't want you to have so many ETFs where you're ETF and your fund is the ETF, if that makes sense. Like you hold an ETF, so now you got all the ETFs, and now you look like a big giant ETF too. You looking like BlackRock now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to do that, but I don't mind you finding balance in the ETFs and the stocks that you hold. So I don't mind you having that. I'm perfectly fine with it. As like even if you have like, let's say you have the QQQ ETF, the SMH ETF, but then you go on NVIDIA and AMD. I ain't mad at that because you still wanted to get Broadcom, you still wanted to get exposure to something else. I'm okay with that. I would rather you have one in the ETF than two, but I'm not mad at that. But don't have the SMH and then have QQQ. Don't have SMH and then have SOXX, which is the other ETF that's like chips, and then also have NVIDIA, AMAT, and like don't do that. So I'm okay with that. All right, let's go a little further. What happened to our chat?
What's up, Trap? What's up to the squad? I'll be really quick. My question is, for you, Trap, knowing what you know now, with all of the information that you have, if you had to start over from scratch, and I mean from $0, zero resources, what would you do and how long do you think it would take you to get back to $1 million? I'm interested. Let me know.
That's good, Shatora. I appreciate that, Queen, right there. That's my Walking Dead partner right there, you hear me? She went through 11 seasons with me, you hear me? So y'all know I have, I feel like anybody could be a millionaire in 5 to 7 years. I truly believe that with the market. If I had to start from scratch with where I'm at, I would probably go back to ironworking right quick, right? Because I know with ironworking, I would sacrifice, maybe a year to go work 6 10s. I know I could go make about 150 $60,000. I'll go back to the air mattress. I'll ask my daughter mama to hold me down. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And let me grind it out. I would take that first year to just get my bread up under me. I wouldn't be under nothing. I wouldn't be chasing nothing. I'd take the first year to just get the bread up under me. I know I could probably save about anywhere between $60,000 in that first year, just living like that. And then from there, you know, to go with me, we'll start, you know, play the game like I said, start with one contract, and then work. With that 60 grand, everything for me is going heavy into the market. Everything for me will be going heavy into the market with that 60 grand. And I know if I go get I know I can at least go put 40, 50 grand up, save, working, doing ironwork. It's a skill that I'll never lose. I would take and go heavy into the game. I would go from one contract. I would play that one contract until I can get to 2. I would play that contract from 2 until I can get to 4. The difference also with me is because I know what I know, you said start from scratch, but not leaving the information that I have. So the information doesn't change, right? I would go back there and I would go start with one contract. I would actually start off trading ETFs first because I could get more bang for my buck and there would be more risk averse for me. I wouldn't go bang out with individual stocks out the gate. I would go the ETF way first, and I would do that. I would probably go an ETF in one individual stock, and I would just rock that out for the next year. So that's 2 years under my belt. In 2 years, I can probably make at least about 3 to 4 trades just playing a game like that. But I would still be working because that doesn't require me to stop working, especially the way I'm playing the game, right? Especially with doing ironwork, I know I get a 9 o'clock break. I know I get a 12 o'clock break. I know I get a 2 o'clock break. I'm making a play in one of them breaks for sure. You know what I'm saying? The information doesn't change. And I would just play that. I would play that ironwork for a year, year and a half. I would work that. And if I had to go longer than a year and a half, I would keep using that until I was able to get myself up to 5 to 10 contracts. Once I got to 5 to 10 contracts, I know one thing. It's a game changer for me because now I'm printing money at a rapid pace. Once I get to 10 contracts, I'm printing thousands of dollars. I'm not just printing, $100 here. I'm printing thousands of dollars. Now I'm taking all that. I'm just keeping that rotation. I'm sleeping on the air mattress. I'm still doing ironwork. I'm tripping. Once I get a year and a half in, once I can get to 10 contracts, I'll stop doing ironwork. And the reason why I stopped doing ironwork because I'll also have some money liquid to the side. From there, I'll build out a business. You know what I'm saying? Because I still know what I know. I'll build out a business. I would definitely the first business I would try to do is build out some type of digital content, digital product business, and a YouTube business. I would be building on my digital product. I would be pushing the YouTube. I would build a YouTube around what I'm doing in the stock market, how I'm working and feeding the stock market because everybody wants to know how to do that. People think they got to quit their job. So I would literally document me working. I would put a GoPro on while I'm at work, while I'm bridging, while I'm doing what I got to do. I would literally document my whole process on working and then making time for the market. And because that would give me a great YouTube channel because people would see me working and then people would see me studying, people would see me executing plays, people would see me working, people would see me studying, people would see me executing plays. I would build a YouTube channel out around that. I would build a social media out around that because I would call myself the working trapper. That's what I would call myself, the working trapper. And what I would do is show people the balance between that. I would get this YouTube to start generating money for me. Once the YouTube can start generating $1,000 or $2,000 a month, I've now made another income for myself. Now, because I'm sleeping on an air mattress, of course, I don't care. I'm sleeping on an air mattress, I'm good. So now that the YouTube money can at least pay my rent. You feel what I'm saying? So the $2,000 from YouTube can pay my rent because the job is taking care of my investment. So if I got the YouTube paying my rent, I can get the YouTube to $2,000 a month. YouTube can pay my rent. I can every time I sell one contract, I'm good. Now my money for my contracts, I would go profit, and then I would go a quarter of that will go to my living expenses, but I've already been doing it for 18 months. But then for 18 months, I'm also putting at least 10% of my check, I'm putting it to save so I can be liquid. So now that I'm liquid, and I can create the YouTube for the year, doing that for 18 months. I know I can build that YouTube channel out working. Shoot, 9 ain't enough for me to keep going. I play the game now. And I know within 7 years I can be a millionaire. At least I can cut that down. In 5 years I can be a millionaire all over again, because now that I know I can start I can get branding deals. I can do so much with this YouTube channel and building that social media. It'll be dope. I learn how to speak. People gonna want me to speak now because I'm working and trapping. Now I can do entrepreneurship things. I can go into entrepreneurship as a speaker for maybe $3,000, $5,000. And we saying that because I'm not the Wall Street trapper, just as a regular person. I will go in and be like, yo, I'm speaking for $5,000. Of it's just me, Trap. I'm going to speak for $10,000 because now I can talk to y'all about how I lost it all and got it back. You know what I'm saying? So now I can speak for $10,000 and now I can talk to the everyday person. Now, look, I had it all and lost it, and I got it right back in 4 years. Here's how I did it. Here's the blueprint. That alone will make me a millionaire all over again. You know why? Because everybody working, people look at me now and feel like, well, I can't be Trapped. But if I lost it all, knock on wood, we hoping it don't happen, praying that it don't happen. A millionaire told me this the other day. He said, at this point in your life, if you go broke, it's a choice. Crazy when he told me that. He said, at this point in your life, if you go broke, it's a choice because you did all the wrong things that you wasn't supposed to do. But let's say God had said, you know what, Trap, I want you to start all over again. Remember, the market is never wrong. The market is never wrong. So I would now speak from the perspective of somebody who had it all, lost it all, and got it right back by doing what? Now I'm charging $10,000 to speak. Now I'm working, doing iron work, doing that again. And I got to deal with the ridicule of people saying how you lost it and all that. But guess what? I ain't tripping on that, right? I'm going to build it all over again. And then I think that's a great way to build it. So I would still do speaking because that don't require enough for me to master my craft. I would create digital products on blueprints on how to leave your job, how to trade, how to invest while working a 9-to-5 or working turnaround jobs. That's a whole bridge right there. Then while I'm working a 9-to-5, while I'm working a job, I will go to the god doggone job, and I would say everybody on the job, my ebook that I wrote on how to work and invest while you working these jobs, how you don't need because the information ain't never leave me. So now everybody in the ironworking gang, guess what they trying to do? They trying to get the hell off the ironworking job because they tried to work in 610. So guess who's going to show them how to do that? Me. I'm going to show them how the 401k ain't working in their favor. I'm going to show them how that pension plan ain't working in their favor. I'm going to show them how to invest their own money. And because I done lost it all, now I'm going to do something that I wouldn't do now, but I would do it then. I would tell them I would make the investment for them and they give me 1% every month. I would play the game how I go. I'm in the grind mode. I'm in grind mode. So look, bro, you got $1,000, you got to pay me $100 for every $1,000 you invest. I got you. I'm going to monitor it for you. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'll give me like 10, 15 people like that. I done created a whole new source of revenue. Guess what? Because I don't got to have it on paper, they can't, sue me or nothing like that. They don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So I would use that to my advantage. Remember, I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. But somebody know what they doing, you got the information to teach them something right. If I'm on a job with them, I'm about to hit them. Hey, bro, for every $1,000 you invest, give me $100. I'm going to structure that whole portfolio for you. And every 6 months, you give me another, every 6 months, boom, boom. I'm going to charge you a fee to look at the portfolio for you. And guess what? I guarantee you I'm going to outperform that god doggone 401k thing you got. And once I get 2 of them under my belt, that's going to speed the process up a little bit more because everybody on the job going to be like, bro, you the one helping dudes with their portfolio? You the one helping dudes with their portfolio? I sure am. I sure the hell am. So every $1,000 they invest, I want 100. I can't say I can't do it now because of who I am, but if I had to start all over again, that's a quick, especially once I get a couple people to do it, done deal. Then if I show them people how to play the options game too, I got the information and I show them what I'm doing, bruh, take a part of your check, do this. All right, you want me to do this for you too? Guess what? For every $1,000, for every 10% or something you get, I want a percentage of the profit coming straight out your check. We gonna sign. I mean, you can't lose. I got the information. You said I had to start from scratch, but you ain't never said the information was gone. You ain't do a Men in Black. You ain't do a Men in Black. I forgot what the hell I know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm confident that, and I wouldn't have no pride on going back to work. I'm gonna put my pride to the side because I got a daughter I gotta feed. So I'm gonna go sleep on an air mattress. I'm gonna sell everything. Jewelry gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go. which I don't got that much, but I got 2 Rolexes, I got a chain. That's easy gonna put me over, that's gonna put me close to half. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna put me close. Both the Rollies 80 a piece, the chain was 80, that's quarter. I'm good. That's a quarter, I'm good. I'm back in the game. You know? I'm back in the game, cuz. I'm back in the game. Bentley gotta go. I'm going to get a Cherokee. You feel me? Bentley gotta go. I'm going to get a Cherokee. I ain't tripping. I'm going to put liability on it. I ain't even going full coverage, Jose. I'm going liability. I'm going liability. I'm going to pay for it in cash and go liability. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell y'all about the information. Once you get the information, you can lose it all, but the information don't change. Now you got to learn how to execute. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I think the problem be when people got to start from scratch, they be having pride. I'm not going to work no job. Shit, boy, I know I got a career I can go get $100,000 a year on. For sure, I can go get 100. Now, my endurance going to bust my ass in the beginning because I ain't did that much climbing and connecting. Boy, shit. You a whole crane operator, boy. You tripping, boy. I would go. If I put in that situation, I'm gonna go back to that's better than me going back to the street. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I got a whole clientele of people on the job that's tweaking to get off the job, and I got the right information to get them off the job. Anyway, great job, Queen. Great question. You allowed me to get in my bag just now. You know what I'm saying? So let's go, man. That was good.
Hey Trap, this is Anastasia. First off, I want to say thank you for all that you do, and I also appreciate your journey to financial freedom because that is now our cheat code to financial freedom as well. So here's my question for today. As a shareholder of many companies, how do you research the different issues being proposed by the board when voting on the proxy ballot for the annual meeting to help make an informed vote? Also, which companies do you like to attend the shareholders meeting live? Appreciate your help. Thanks for all that you do. And thanks, Jose, for taking my question.
Come on. I am your cheat code. I love it. Mostly, for the most part, it'd be the newer companies I'm in, Queens. Shout out to you for that. I love the questions, Jose. There's some good ones. For the most part, it's always going to be the newer companies because I always want to keep understanding what they're doing. So like the newer companies that I get in, I like to go to because I like to hear what they talking about. Kind of like my older companies like Apple and all that. I ain't really going to the doggone shareholder meetings like that because I know what they're gonna tell me. Unless I get a headline for something that they're going to do differently, then I'll go to it. For the most part, I like to listen to earnings calls. I like to listen to earnings calls of companies that I'm really, really in. Like I own Broadcom, I own NVIDIA, and because they are presenting this new frontier, I like listening to the calls because I like to listen to the earnings calls because I like to hear what they saying and how they moving along. As far as me listening to like an annual, with a proxy meeting and all those proxies, it's mostly the newer companies because I want to hear how they're formulating the future. And as far as my vote, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I vote. I think I just voted on Lululemon had a vote. I just voted for something with Lululemon. I voted with Waste Management. They had something that came up not long ago. I don't always vote. I ain't gonna lie. I don't always use my vote. But when it comes to calls, if they developing something new, if it's a newer company for me, I'll listen to it. My older ones, I'd be chilling unless they're like, I'm gonna listen to Apple's call because I want to hear if they're gonna talk about the home robots. I'm gonna listen to Amazon's new call proxy because I want to understand what's the goal after having more than half of America subscribe. So I want to hear what that looked like to them. So, yep, that's it. Let's go further.
Hey Trap, hey family. So my question is, given today's economic climate, what sectors do you believe are undervalued and are poised for growth within the next year and a half, and why? Given cybersecurity, AI, healthcare, and defense, outside of those, what sectors would you recommend new investors or just investors in general to kind of take a dive into that's outside of AI, since AI is just a big hype? I mean, not a hype. Don't chew my head off in the comments, okay? But anyway, have a good day, everybody.
Today, cause you running back, I missed the beginning of it. Like I think we messed with the sound and I didn't hear it all the way. Let me hear it again, Tude. Give me a little more volume.
Hey family. So my question is, given today's economic climate, what sectors do you believe are undervalued and are poised for growth within the next year and a half, and why? Given cybersecurity, AI, healthcare, and defense, outside of those, what sectors would you recommend new investors or just investors in general to kind of take a dive into that's outside of AI, since AI is just a big hype? I mean, not a hype. Don't chew my head off in the comments, okay? But anyway, have a good day, everybody.
Don't chew her head off in the comments, man. Yeah. Appreciate you, Queen. So I see them warm hugs I be talking about. Them warm hugs I be talking about. When the queens come on, it just be hugs. Shout out to you, Jose, bro. We had some good questions today, bro. Good questions, man. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to tell Jose a production assistant. I didn't mean that. I was, you know what I'm saying? Great question, Queen. I would say, as far as sector-wise, I will go industry. So, you know, there's 11 sectors. And so from that, I will go from sector to industry. I think industry that I always feel great with is the medical device industry. I always feel like that's poised for growth. Because America feeds us the poison. And the only way to keep making that a $100 billion a year industry is by having the poison and a solution at the same time. And Americans are just comfortable with not taking care of themselves. I think B was just telling me something about the doggone OPEC babies. I was like, what? Ozempic babies. I was like, B, what the hell is an Ozempic baby? What the hell is that, B? And B was saying something about with the people on Ozempic, now they back to their regular body and their sex done increased. And I was like, what the hell, B? B was telling me something about that. So I think medical device is an industry you should get in. I think I like streaming with Netflix 100%. I think there'll be 3 winners in that. I think Netflix will be the biggest winner with that. I don't think you can truly avoid the AI phase, but I think technology is a way that you cannot, I think you would be, and I'm not saying you, I think you would be blind if you didn't invest in some way, shape, or form of technology. I think that has to be a part of your portfolio for sure. So we go medical devices, we go streaming, we go some form of technology and some form of cloud. Has to be, because you said no defense, you said no cybersecurity. I think that energy will have ups and downs. It would never be the sector that is all running, but it's always going to be a sector when there's trouble in the economy. When there's trouble in the economy, energy will go there. You know why? Because you can't say there's nothing revolutionary about the energy sector that's happening. But what you can say is it is a consistent sector, and it is a sector that when there's war, when there's anything going on, like oil will always be a thing. So I think that going the energy route is just a safe play, but it will have extreme ebbs and flows. And I think if you're early in robotics, I think that's, because remember when we saw NVIDIA and we saw the dude come on stage with 15 dang on robots. You know what I'm saying? We see Apple, we see Amazon. So not even the actual AI, but go look at the robotics chains. Like who's creating the robots, who's building. Remember, it's always going to be an ecosystem. And if you can find out who's creating the robots, if you can figure that out, I would take a play at that. But also, last but not least, sports betting. Your DraftKings, your FanDuels. I think we are poised to see that consistently grow. I think we're poised to see that consistently grow. That DraftKings, FanDuel. So I think those are great plays for you. Especially if you're saying poised for good growth. And I think that's the key word you use when you say that, poised for growth. So that's what I got to say for you, Queen. Also, we appreciate you. We appreciate y'all energy tonight, all the queens. Thank y'all for the questions. In order to get your questions answered, definitely come rock out with the Masters of the Triple Beam. Come be a part of that. Also, if you're in Master of the Triple Beam, I will have your... our monthly call. We gotta have our monthly call. I didn't have it last week because I was just glued to that paperwork. This weekend just passed. I have a wedding to go to this week in New Orleans. So my Trappers Anonymous people, don't be mad at me. I may let Lieutenant Casey and the other lieutenants still do live from the kitchen, but I got a wedding to go to New Orleans this weekend, so I'll be gone. Other than that, man, no, is it this weekend? Oh, I fly. No, the wedding is next weekend. I'm sorry. It's next weekend. The wedding next weekend. I'm sorry. The wedding next weekend. So next weekend. So I might can do it this week. I might can do it this week, Jose. I might can do it this week. I think baby girl got soccer. Yep, we can do it. We might do it this week. So, yep. Anyway, man, amazing show tonight, man. We had a great show tonight. Thank y'all all for tapping in. I think tonight I just want to end it on, what is your risk tolerance to life? I think we all know that life going to throw us ups and downs. We can't avoid that. Sometimes it's in the form of finances. Sometimes it's in the form of health. Sometimes it's in the form of friendships. But we can't avoid that. We got to consistently increase our risk tolerance to life. And I think once we do that, we find a way to navigate it with confidence. And you'll realize why some people are more confident than others. You know, the reason why I'm super confident in everything I do is not because I have all the answers. It's because the DNA that I have in me about overcoming adversity and standing 10 toes down and keep learning and betting on myself and trusting God and knowing that. I tell my daughter too that, you know, we're going to make mistakes, but you're still going to be loved. Like not letting the mistakes define me, but letting the way I handle the mistakes shape the way that I go at life. And I think that's the goal for us. I think that's the goal for us. Building up our risk tolerance to life. Building up our risk tolerance to life. I heard my OG ET say something to me the other day in one of his stay in character. That has become one of my favorite ones. I don't even listen to ET's motivational stuff no more. I listen to his spiritual talk. Because the goal for me is to keep getting spiritually developed so I can be the man I need to be so that I can take on the challenges that are required of me. We can't negotiate the necessary, we know that. So the goal is to stand 10 toes down on who you are, keep learning, get around people that can teach you. But most importantly, I want you to just execute. Execute, not worrying about if it goes right or wrong, but understand that the more you execute, the better you get at executing. The better you get at executing, the least likelihood you have of missing out on an opportunity that was designed for you. You ain't gonna miss no money with your name on it if you get good at executing. And I think in a world where most people fear the loss, I embrace the loss because I know once we get past that, the loss is a whole bunch of money to be made. And once you learn that, that becomes the it factor. That becomes the cheat code in life. And for that, man, I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all each and every week for allowing me to be in y'all life. I know Tuesdays are a hell of a long days. You go to work, you do whatever you're doing, and then you still come here and give us 3 hours and 15 minutes of your time. And so for that, I want you to know myself, George, LaShawna, Jose, the production assistant. My dog Jose is a big dog producer. Tootie, Carson, and Steve, and everybody involved. We want to just say we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And without y'all, there is no us. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. We see y'all next time, same place. But before we go, make sure you go check out the Wall Street Trapper YouTube. We've been putting out some great content on that page over the last 4 or 5 weeks. That's phenomenal, and we got more in the chamber. Also, make sure you send somebody to the page. Remember, man, we get to 100,000 subscribers. We will give out next week, right? Next week, we will give out $100 to 10 people. We got 10 seats left. Next week on the 23rd, we in person. We live in the trap. We gonna fill the trap up with 60 people. And man, I can't wait to get that energy back going again, because that's gonna be live. I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing like being in a trap in person, rocking with us, vibing with us. I'm not giving Jose a mic with them people in here. I promise I'm not. I promise I'm not. But also, man, make sure you go to, look at my mama, man. What's she doing in there? Make sure you go, hey, Ma. Make sure you go to Apple, Spotify, and Google Play. Download every episode. Leave a review. And last but not least, man, make sure you get your trapper attire, man. We got the promethazine purple. We got the Nipsey blue. We got the Easter pink. We got the olive green. We got the honey mustard. Listen, get it, get it, get it. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out. Good night.